And this is not about something that I think is going to like 10x my viewers or anything like that. This is about 10xing my satisfaction with the things that I make. And honestly, that's really what I'm here for. Everything else is additional, and taking a break can help you come back better, and your body and your mind deserve that rest. It is not in vain. It doesn't make you lazy. None of that. We are better when we're not burning the candle at both ends forevermore and not even acknowledging the impact of that very burnt, crispy candle, okay? Like, at some point, it's going to start a fire. Welcome to Soul Tender Studio. Whether you're new or returning, thank you for being here with me. I'm Datriana, a contemporary artist and creative, and I would describe myself as a neurospicy girl with aesthetic inclinations and very big feelings. So, today, what if you aren't actually behind? What if you made a timeline for yourself and set deadlines, but forgot to factor in that you need to rest and reflect? My guess is you have a lot of things you want to accomplish, and you've set some, dare I say, arbitrary deadlines because it's just based on the information that you have right now. But at some point, you might need to take a break, think about what you've accomplished, make sure what you're doing actually aligns with your goals, and then revisit your action plan. That's not being behind. It's not wasting time. It's actually you making sure the things that you're doing accomplish the things you want to accomplish, and you're not just moving forward for the sake of saying you're moving. Because what good is that? Every day, I have way too many things on my to-do list. And the reality is, I set a priority for 3 of those things, and anything else that gets done beyond those 3, that's just extra credit, babes. Like, seriously, we're all probably trying to hold ourselves to some robotic standard that we really shouldn't be striving for. It's not worth it for our mental or physical health. And God forbid we are just better when we can like take a nap, read a book, be bored, brainstorm, any loaf, noodle, fun words that we should be taking advantage of. I love the word noodle. And loafing, I'm putting that back into my vocabulary. And I'm not even saying this for kicks and giggles. I'm saying it because I literally lived it. I've been on YouTube for about a year and a half. And after basically putting out a video every week for that whole time, I kind of wanted to take a break. And at first I didn't know why. But then I kind of like shared the idea with my wife, and then she was like, well, are you going to do it? And I'm like, I don't know. And the I don't know made me be like, why do I refuse to trust my instincts? Another video for another day. Nevertheless, after she asked me if I was going to do it, I'm like, yes, I'm doing it. And honestly, if I didn't take a break from the weekly posting schedule, I think the quality of my content would have just stayed the same or even gone down. I feel like I kind of veered away from the topics that I wanted to focus on and what I wanted my channel to be about. And I think it became kind of easy to kind of just stitch together different content or videos that I take throughout the week. It's like day in the life of an artist type and vlogs. But what I initially set out to do was more than just that kind of video. And those were just easier to make because I always have painting footage because I'm always painting. But that's not all I wanted this channel to be. And I wasn't going to get out of making that kind of stuff if I didn't take a break to really think about, what did I start this channel for? What did I set out to do? What are the things I wanted to talk about? Have I scratched the surface on those things? Is my channel performing the way that I wanted to? All of this requires time to like rest, reflect, be bored, and just sort of see what comes to me. And in that time, I was like, wait a minute. I have so many more ideas that I probably would have never documented or just like wrote about them in my journal and then moved on. But I'm like, no, I think somebody else needs to hear this because no one should be struggling with the things I struggle with if I can help you from struggling with them. And so that's what this rest period has been for me. And I think more than anything, it's really easy to just get into a flow of something and be like, but I'm being consistent and consistency above all else. And like, cool, it does take you far, but it is not going to be the thing that necessarily gets you to a higher quality of delivery at whatever thing it is that you're working at. if you don't get to like kind of look back at what you made, see how things went, what you liked, what you didn't like, and compare things to what you initially set out to do. And maybe you'll realize like my goals changed, but maybe you'll be like, my goals haven't changed, but what I've created doesn't align with the goals I set. Let me get back. So my getting back involves focusing on having a mindset that is supportive of my creative and artistic endeavors, really owning and leaning into my artist identity, and living a holistic creative life that fulfills me and my needs for expression and creativity first and foremost. Yeah, I deserve that. It was good to come back to that and be reminded. That's what I set out to do. I had the great intentions, and then consistency and posting all the time for the algorithm kind of crept up in there, but I can be consistent once I'm aligned with my goals. And like, if you have a 9 to 5, you know that most deadlines are arbitrary. Like, you're just kind of setting them, hoping you can meet them by some random end of the quarter deadline or some event or something like that. But even the scheduling of those things is like kind of nebulous until it's like, all right, this is what we're working towards. And that's what makes it serious, is everyone aligning on it. So if you don't align with it, don't keep chugging towards the thing. So you can set a deadline for yourself and like act like it's real. And honestly, that pressure has helped me accomplish a lot of things. And it's how I hold myself accountable and achieve the things I say I want to achieve, or at least finish the things I want to finish. At the same time, when we refuse to take a break and evaluate if the timeline actually aligns with our goals, we don't necessarily make the best work. Like, my work is not great if I'm just churning things out and I'm being consistent, but what I'm making is not stuff that I'm like super happy about or like proud of. And I think that's where taking the time to rest and like planning for rest in our schedules as we think about the different things we want to accomplish. For me, that's like, oh, I want to be in this many shows and have fellowships and residencies and partnerships and have my videos performing well and really building my audience. And it's like, cool, what audience? What will they know you for? I don't necessarily want to be known for painting process videos. You might see some of my process in my videos, but I want to be known for helping people like be their whole selves and like making people feel safe and comfortable and aligned with their creativity and their inner artists and whimsy and playfulness. And like, if you know me for that, I've won. So anything that I'm making that doesn't sort of push that forward is like, yes, I can check the box of having gotten it done, but did I get it done the way I wanted to get it done? And am I going to connect with the people who I want to be connecting with? And if no, then rushing towards the deadline is not actually helping me. So instead of chugging along through July, posting videos every week like I normally do, I took the month off from YouTube to really just sit at my desk and get my ideas down. And you know what's interesting? A little bit of reflection goes a long way. This is my YouTube planning for the rest of the year. And I have my pillars. I have different points of views and angles that I'm interested in. I'm thinking about like storytelling structures, like how do I want the videos to flow? I'm thinking about thumbnail styles and titles, different events that are happening over the second half of the year that I'm like, oh, I could kind of peg this to this other thing. And so I'm getting to be a lot more strategic, which I think is what the goal was and why I wanted to take a break in the first place. But that part wasn't initially super clear to me. It just kind of came to me when I gave myself time to not put pressure on the production of my YouTube videos. And ultimately, I ended up literally, I have like 14 ideas left, 22 weeks left in the year, or 14 ideas, 22 weeks left in the year. And so it's like, that's more than half of the videos I need written down here. And just in writing them out and giving myself that free space, I feel so much better about where my channel is headed. And this is not about something that I think is going to like 10x my viewers or anything like that. This is about 10xing my satisfaction with the things that I make. And honestly, that's really what I'm here for. Everything else is additional. This was always about my expression and sharing and connecting with community. And so, yeah, making time for rest will give you infinite, honestly, like opportunities and ideas if you just give your brain a freaking break. Give your body a break and see what happens. Even like coming up with the strategy, it feels like, oh, I'm gonna rest so I can work more. But there were days when I just came in here and like just sat and had a coffee, took a nap on my new couch that I have in here, which I had never done. And so just starting to like lean into the idea that like I'm always going to be an artist, I'm always going to be creative. I don't always have to be producing or sharing what I'm making in order for that to be true. And taking a break can help you come back better, and your body and your mind deserve that rest. It is not in vain. It doesn't make you lazy. None of that. We are better when we're not burning the candle at both ends forevermore and not even acknowledging the impact of that very burnt, crispy candle. Okay, like at some point it's going to start a fire. So you might want to take a break before the fire. Trust me, I've waited till the fire before. It's not fun. I don't love what I make. I don't enjoy my process. None of that. So if nothing else, I'm here to say, what if you're not late or moving too slow, but you're actually making time for rest so that you can have your best ideas and your best work can rise to the top? Is that so hard to believe? So, your action item, yes, homework. Let's say homework. Action item. Your homework, figure out how to build in 10 minutes of rest into your day. You can decide what your rest looks like. I don't think all of our rest looks the same. Like, I don't enjoy naps too much. But I think just kind of like laying down and closing my eyes, or even like laying down and putting on my sort of like eye mask for 10 minutes, I imagine that would be pretty relaxing. Low key, I think I want to get an eye mask for the studio because I could turn the lights out in here for 10 minutes, lay on that couch, do my own little fake meditation, and just have that sort of relaxation ease me back into some other part of my day and probably show up to that part of my day better. So that's what I'm going to do. And I hope you figure out what your 10-minute thing is going to be. Let me know in the comments. So thanks again for stopping by Soul Tender Studio. Don't forget to like the video, leave a little comment down below. Let me know how you're fitting in rest, or tell me something good. Tell me something good that's happening in your life right now. And subscribe if you like what you saw. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.